rainforest, and what skill are we working on? Who could tell me what skill were we working on yesterday? What skill? We were using something to answer questions. Who knows? We were using, okay, we were underlining the text and using explicit information. What's another word for explicit information? We're using text evidence. Good job. What are we using, Janae? Text evidence. So what does that mean? Who could explain that? What does that mean if we're using text evidence? Only Joe? Raise your hand. Yep, Janae.
I'm using a text from the story.
Okay. Who could build on that? Who could build on that? Ronnie, talk to Janae.
You can use text by looking back in text and looking for the story.
Right, so we're looking back in the passage to find those story clues, and then what do we do? Tajay, can you add on to Armani?
And then we have to put the homework down so we can know where to look at.
Okay, so maybe you're numbering what question it relates to in the text, right? But you're also doing what? Yeah, underlining that information so that you can use it to do what? What are we using the text evidence for? To answer the questions, okay? Good. Christopher, what skill are we working on? Text evidence. Very good. Okay, so we see the title says Animals of the Rainforest. What's a prediction? Who remembers? What is a prediction? If I say make a prediction, what am I asking you to do? Chris? Okay, maybe an opinion, but what do we think? Opinion? Sort of. What is it? Talk to Christopher. Prediction?
Prediction is like a guess about what something is about.
Yeah, so it might be your opinion, but it's mostly like a guess, right? A pretty educated guess on what you think the story might be about. So using the title Animals of the Rainforest, who can make a prediction? What do you think this story might be about? So everybody's thinking, and when you have an idea, raise your hand. I have one person so far. Animals of the Rainforest, what do you think the story will be about? 2, 3. We got 2 more. Give me your hand up when you're ready. What do you think it'll be about? Do you have an idea? Do you have an idea? Good. Turn and tell your partner what do you think it will be about. Make a prediction. I predict.
I predict it will be about the animal
All right, Janae, what was your prediction? Okay, so you think that they'll be saving animals. What else? Who else has something different?
Janae, I said that this story is about animals living in the rainforest and they're telling us about how the animals live and where they live.
Okay, why do you think it'll be more about their living?
Because it said animals in the rainforest.
Right, but it also has some subtitles, right? Some headings. One of them says life in the rainforest, so maybe that's where Josiah got that. Good, I need a super strong reader for paragraph 1. Who can read? I see a lot of participation from Josiah and Armani and Janae, but I need Tajay and Christopher too. Okay, Tajay, why don't you start in the popcorn front? Let's support. If he's getting stuck on a word, what can you do to help?
Help.
Yep, chunk it or sound it out with him, right? Go ahead.
Tropical.
Good support.
Rainforests are warm, rainy places. Tuki lives in the leafy trees of some tropical rainforests.
Good support.
Its leaf can be different colors. Keep
want you to use some explicit information, some text evidence. Underline a story clue that tells me the main idea of that paragraph. What is that paragraph mostly about? So grab your pencil, underline a piece of text evidence that tells me what that paragraph is mostly about.
You know the whole sentence?
Just the text evidence you need. Okay, we got one. Just another minute, two. Good job, Armani. Good job, Janae. Good job. Okay. Just one more minute. Just up when you got it. Okay. Christopher, what did you underline? Okay, tropical rainforest. What else? Who had something different?
These can be different colors, different to other animals.
Okay, its beak can be different colors. Is that what this was mostly about, or is that a little detail? That's a small detail, right? But it doesn't tell me. This whole paragraph was not about its beak being different colors, right? So if it was, the heading might have been all about the toucan's beak, right? So what do you think, Armani? How can you fix that a little bit? What was this paragraph mostly about? Need some help? Ask a friend. Ask a friend. Be quick. Who? Josiah?
It is about keep meaning to learn about other animals that live in the rainforest.
Okay, Josiah's closer, but we can even shorten that a little bit. What do you think? Tropical rainforest and what else? How can we shorten Josiah's sentence? So Armani was close, right? But Armani gave us a detail. Josiah gave us a whole sentence, but we only need a part of that sentence. Tropical rainforest and what? Armani, you got it now?
Animals that live in.
Yes, good. Animals that live in the rainforest. So this is mostly about animals that live in the rainforest. Underline it now. Good, Armani. Good fix. That's good helping, right? So fix up your underline. We can also underline tropical rainforest, right? Because that's the rainforest that we're talking about. So what is the next heading? Who could tell me? Who just read? Tajay, popcorn friend. Okay.
Life in a rainforest.
Life in a rainforest. What do you think? Make a prediction. What will it be about? Turn and tell your friend. Turn and tell a friend.
I think we like when animals live in the rainforest.
Life in the rainforest. Animals that live in the rainforest. And we think about
How do we live?
live. Okay. Let's start reading. Josiah, popcorn friend.
Janae.
Janae, start reading. Tropical.
Tropical rainforests are home to many kids of
Help her more.
commerce
Has. All right, take a minute to underline what is the main idea of the paragraph. Use some explicit information, that text evidence that helps you figure that out. What was that paragraph mostly about? What was that mostly about? One more minute to underline. Janae thinks she's got it. What's the main idea, the most important information? What the story is mostly about. Josiah's got it, Janae's got it. Are you going to underline a rainforest has 4 layers? Yes or no? What do you think about that? No, why not? That's a what?
Because that's not telling us about the story, it's just telling us about
A very specific detail, right? So we're not looking for those specific details. So we're underlining the main idea, the big picture thought. What is this mostly about? Use that
It's
explicit
about
information.
what kind of
Wait. Underline first. Give everybody a minute. Christopher, what did you have? Read that sentence that you underlined. Good. Tropical rainforests are home to more kinds of plants and animals than any other place in the world. That sentence tells me the main idea, what this is mostly about. Go ahead and underline it, fix it up if you did not have it. Yep. Did you leave a few words out? What did you underline? Did you start from home? Okay, that's the most important part of that sentence, right? So just grab on the other couple words. All right, next heading. Who's going to read? Who has not read yet?
Mother.
All right, so Armani, go ahead. Emergent layer.
The top of the country is the main quality of the
Emergent.
emergent layer
Macaws.
because it is this part of the ring. Main quality are birds with long tails and short strong beaks. They belong to the parrot family.
Very good. Use some text evidence. What is this mostly about? What was that paragraph mostly about? Use your explicit information. Take a minute. What did we just read about? Janae, what'd you write? What'd you underline?
In this
Part.
part of the rainforest,
Okay, in this part of the rainforest, macaws live in this part of the rainforest. That's a detail. What part of the rainforest are we talking about? That should give you the bigger picture, right? The main idea. So what is the main idea? Who thinks they have it? Armani?
in the rainforest make up the
Emergent?
emergent
Okay, so the whole sentence though, the tops of the tallest trees in the rainforest make up the emergent layer. So the trees are really tall, right? And the top of them make up what? The emergent layers at the top of those really tall trees. Good job, Christopher, you got it? Okay, what do we notice about the second paragraph and the third paragraph? What sentence did we underline?
about trees. The underlying
Okay, but what's similar about the second paragraph and the third paragraph? We underlined the what? The first
paragraph.
the first sentence, right? So we underlined the first sentence in the paragraph. That told us the main idea. Hold that pencil still, okay? We underlined the first paragraph, the first sentence in the paragraph, and that told us the main idea. But is it always the first sentence? No, because in the first paragraph, we actually underline the last sentence, right? So we don't want to just always go through and underline the first sentence. We still need to think, what is this mostly about? But sometimes, or most of the time, you could usually find it right in the first sentence, because that's your topic sentence, okay? Next heading, who has not read? Sit up top. Chris. Canopy. Let's be tracking.
Of the trees in the rainforest make up the canopy.
Canopy.
The canopy blocks sunlight into the areas of the rainforest below. Spider monkeys live there. Spider monkeys eat fruit, seeds, and
Another canopy. Good. So take a minute, underline the main idea. What was this paragraph about? Should be starting to get the hang of it now, so about 30 seconds you'll have. Let's see. What was this paragraph all about? Quick, quick, quick. Armani, pencil needs to be moving. Christopher, what do you have? All right, Christopher underlined spider monkeys eat fruit, seeds, and other plants. Agree or disagree? All right, somebody that disagrees, tell me why do you disagree? Josiah?
I disagree with you because the heading says canopy and if you look in the first sentence it says the top of those trees in the rainforest make up the canopy.
Okay, so we're talking about the canopy, right? What about the spider monkeys? That is a very specific what? Detail that talks to me about the canopy, but what are we mostly learning about in this paragraph? The canopy. Were we learning all about spider monkeys? So if we were learning all about spider monkeys, what would the title have been for that paragraph?
The spider monkey.
The spider monkey. But was it the spider monkey? No, what was the heading? Canopy. So your heading, right, that bolded word, should kind of match what you underlined. So what could we underline instead? What do you think, Christopher? What could we underline instead? What sentence should we underline? What do you think, Chris? Read it. Read. Of the trees. Good correction, Christopher. So we're underlining that first sentence. The top of most of the trees in the rainforest make up the canopy, okay? We were reading about the canopy next. Wait, Armani, you're gonna miss the story. Okay, next paragraph. Who's that? Who was first to read? Who read first? Tajay. Understory.
The understory of
Jacket support.
is a cool,
Adam, sit up.
shaded place. Plants
Put your
that
headphones on.
grow here have large leaves. Some
Anacondas. Anacondas. Help him.
Are one of a largest snakes in the world, which is more than 15 feet long and
They are.
that means they are most active at night.
Okay. Think about what you're learning about in this paragraph. Underline your main idea. Look at the heading. Make sure your main idea underline matches your heading. Start underlining now. Pencil moving, Christopher. What did you underline, Josiah?
Not underline the understory of the rainforest is a
cool shady place is correct. Forest floor, Josiah, finish it off.
The forest floor is a very dark and wet. Few plants grow on the floor. Many large animals live in this part of the rainforest, such as jaguars are wildcats that live in the rainforest of Central and North America.
Okay, if the heading is forest floor, what do you think this paragraph is mostly about?
I think it is mostly about the forest floor.
It's mostly about the forest floor, and what explicit information can I use to support that answer?
The forest floor is very dark and wet.
Yep, the forest floor is very dark and wet. Good. Turn the page. So I'm going to read the questions. Just like last time, right? I'll show you our example. Just like yesterday, once we read the story, we look back in the text and we underline. So if I was on question 1, I underline the answer, right? And then what did I put, Tajay? I wrote a 1 because that matches the first answer. If I was on number 2, Armani, I underlined the explicit information, the text evidence that helped me answer the question, and I put the number. That's what you're doing today. So I'll read the questions to you, but today you're going to be working with a partner, okay? Tomorrow you're going to be working, what do you think?
Alone.
Alone, okay? So look at number 1. Look at number 1, Tajay. It says, how many layers are there in the rainforest? 3, 4, 2, or 7? So I'm going to look back in the passage. What am I going to do? Underline the explicit information. Say it. And number the explicit information. Okay, you got to put the number. All right, let's look at number 2. No, you're not doing it yet. What did I say we're working in? Partners, right? So we're just going through the questions right now, then we're going to split off in partners. Number 2 says this article is mainly about. So we did each paragraph, but what is this whole entire article mostly about? The emergent layer of the rainforest, why the rainforests are so rainy, the spider monkeys that live in the rainforest, the 4 layers in the rainforest. So this whole entire story was talking to me about what? 3, an anaconda is a plant that has large leaves, a name for all snakes in the world, an animal that is active during the day, one of the largest snakes in the world. Number 4, the emergent layer is the floor of the rainforest, a layer of the rainforest made up of the tops of the tallest trees, the layer where spider monkeys live, the coolest part in the rainforest. And 5, describe where anacondas live. What do you think I want you using for the open-ended response? Race. So go ahead and put your race checklist on the side right now. R is for restate. What does A stand for? Answer. What about C? Cite evidence from the text. And how about E? Yeah, use your thoughts, feelings, and reactions to extend your writing, right? So I like what Christopher did too. Look, he added another line for that E piece. I also like what Janae did. She just made some little check boxes, sort of like Tajay, okay? So both are fine. They're different ways, whichever way you work best, but you need to have that there so you can piece yourself and make sure that you have all parts, okay? What am I using to answer the questions? Explicit information, text evidence. So we're breaking off in partners. Josiah, pick a friend. All right, Josiah and Janae, move over to